In a significant development for Addis Ababa's urban planning, Phase 2 of the city's corridor project is said to build on the achievements of Phase 1, which enhanced urbanization and infrastructure. This phase aims to refine and extend the success of its predecessor by integrating effective practices and addressing previous challenges. The new phase is expected to link the city center with key entry points and expanding neighborhoods, promising to enhance connectivity and foster a more cohesive urban landscape for Addis Ababa's residents. Phase 2 of Addis Ababa's corridor development, spanning a total of 43 kilometers, is said to enhance connectivity across key areas of the city, including the Bole, Lemikura, and Nagagi sub-cities. The project encompasses several major segments. A document obtained by Addis Insight shows that central to the revised setback regulations is the establishment of a minimum 10-meter buffer on major roads to accommodate pedestrian and bicycle traffic, with flexibility for adjustments based on findings. The infrastructure plan details essential components. The study also underscores the importance of setting construction standards that cater to both temporary commercial use and permanent high-density developments. It addresses the need for standardized fencing around critical institutions and industrial areas. Aligning major national projects such as Galangura Village, the Window of Africa project, with the city's broader development strategy, special attention will be given to gateway projects that bolster Addis Ababa's connectivity with Ethiopia and Africa, reinforcing the city's status as a major urban hub. A document obtained by Addis Insight shows again that some development remain uncoordinated or disconnected, particularly in areas such as between Bole Cargo and Bole Mikal, as well as between Summit Soft Factory and Doratu Square. To address these gaps, a uniform design framework is being established to ensure that the corridor development bordering Shaga City develop in a cohesive manner, thereby promoting an integrated and well-coordinated urban environment. This massive involvement in corridor development in the capital Addis Ababa has expanded automatically to regional cities across the country. One among them, the development in Adama, which is underway seeking public involvement, is a very good example. Adama is a busy transportation center. The city is situated along the road that connects Addis Ababa with Redwa. A large number of trucks use this same route to travel to and from the seaports of Djibouti and Assab, though the latter is not currently used by Ethiopia following the Eritrea and Ethiopia war. Additionally, the new Addis Ababa-Djibouti railway runs through Adama. The city is featured by the recent accomplishments as the Adama Science and Technology University, formerly Nazareth Technical College, is located in it. The other, Adama Stadium, is home of Adama City Football Club, a member of the Ethiopian Football Federation League. The city name Adama may have been derived from the Oromo word Adami, which means cactus or a cactus-like tree, based on the 2007 census conducted by the Central Statistical Agency of Ethiopia. This city has a total population of 220,212, an increase of 72.25% over the population recorded in the 1994 census, of whom 108,872 are men. With an area of 29.86 square kilometers, Adama has a population density of 7,374.82. All are urban inhabitants. The city has a population of various tribes and religion. As one of the modern cities in the country, the city is known for a remarkable peaceful coexistence of residents, with the majority of inhabitants said they practice Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, with 63.62% of the population reporting observed this belief, while 24.7% of the population were Muslim and 10.57% were Protestant. The 1994 national census reported this city had a total population of 127,842, of whom 61,965 were males and 65,877 were females.
Ethiopia as a country is now in its great move, especially in relation to the corridor development. Addis Ababa was a pioneer city actually, just to open up the corridor development in many areas of it, just to make it comfortable to the residents and perhaps tourists from across the globe. The projects may definitely aim at simply narrowing the gaps that Ethiopians may suffer from, especially in relation to the corridor development that has already started in Addis Ababa city. Ethiopia is now bringing about different changes and images, which in fact may play the most prominent role just to make tourists stay here for a long period of time. The corridor development in Addis Ababa has again expanded to different regional cities across the country. And today, Dear viewers, we are here in Adama city, the most popular city in our country. Just to give you the highlight about the corridor development in this city. The corridor development, as I told you a little earlier, has been very tremendous, especially in relation to making the residents really happy and get many recreational areas. We are here in Adama city just to give you the highlight about how the corridor development process is going on in the city and the view of the residents as well, because we definitely feel that the corridor development plays the most important and crucial role just to bring about changes for the residents across the country and perhaps in its specific cities as well. Till the end of my program, dear viewers, I definitely recommend you just to stay with me, because we're going to discover the exact features of Adama city. Have a nice time with me. This area, as I told you a little earlier, is very amazing. This open garden has been actually built by the public participation of Adama city. The people have already taken the corridor development as a very important thing for their lives as well. That's why, as you can see, this open garden is very amazing. If a person comes here, he or she may have a very good time with their family or parents, just planning about their future as well. Adama city is not only the other city which has already taken experience from Addis Ababa city, but many cities across the country have been actually taking experiences just to build very amazing corridor developments, which may be very important for the residents as well as tourists from across the globe as well. Ethiopia is actually rich in treasures or natural resources. Different areas are well known just to attract different tourists across the country. So everyone may come here, especially the foreign tourists may come here to Adama city just to dwell permanently, having areas like this. So in our today's stay, I may go to different areas actually, and please stay with me till the end of my program, dear viewers.
አዳማ ከተማ እንደሚታየው መጀመሪያ ከሪጂዮ ፖሊስ ሳትቀየር በፊት ወደ 13000 ሄክታር ነው። አሁን ደግሞ ወደ ሪጂዮ ፖሊስ ከተቀየረ በኋላ ወደ 54000 ሄክታር ከተማው አድጋለች።
Before it was advanced into the regiopolitan city, Adama city was about 13,000 hectares, but now it has been expanded to 54,000 hectares. Therefore, as the city has grown to 54,000 hectares of land, the city needs various advancements. The demand of the people has also grown. That's why the corridor development has been started, reckoning the exact potential of the city. Before we actually started the corridor development, we went through one massive step discussion with the residents. The discussion had two major principles. The first was the fact that Adama's existing nature and atmosphere should be maintained. And the second was to go on developing the city in whatsoever challenge we would face. During this discussion, we made sure that the community is eager for development. Therefore, after completing all the prerequisites, we started the development carefully without the interruption of power, network, and other facilities which may happen as a result of start of new development. Through this way, we have so far development about 121 kilometers in the city. For example, all exit and entryways from and to Adama are being given due emphasis. The community should get recreational sites, the needs should be addressed, and we are looking forward to meeting our goals as well. The development contains all the necessary requirements that a certain corridor development has to contain. The valuable treasures that Ethiopia has, the human resources as you know, and we have to utilize it wisely.
በእምነት አባቶች ተሳትፎ ምንድነው ፍላጎቱ ህዝቡ የለውጥ አካል ለመሆን ዝግጁ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ይሄንን ስናየው እኛ ምን ማድረግ አለብን ብለን ከተማው በባጀት ኮሪደር ምን ስራ መስራት አለብን ብለን ያቀርነው እቅድ አለ ማለት ነው። አዳማ አይታችሁ ከሆነ ብዙ ጊዜ የኔትወርክ ድሬኔጅ ችግር አለ ማለት ኔትወርክ ድሬኔጅ ችግር አለ። ቶታል የከተማው ድሬኔጅ አፕዴት ይፈልጋል። እነሱን በጥናት ዲዛይን እየተደረገ ነው። እሱ ከየት እስከ ከየት ከፖሊስ ጣቢያ ኦሮሚያ ፖሊስ ጣቢያ እስከ ዳቤ ክፍለ ከተማ ሁለተኛ ፌስ ከአዳማ ቆርቆሮ እስከ አዳማ ዩኒቨርሲቲ እየተሰራ ነው ማለት ነው። ይሄ ምንድነው የምናደርገው? መቼም ኢትዮጵያ ያላት ሀብት አብረን ነው የምናውቀው። ባለ ነው ፖቴንሻል እንዴት ከተማውን እናሳምራለን።
እውነቱን ለመናገር እንደዚህ አይነት መፈጠሩና ይህን ቻንስ መምጣቱ በጣም አሪፍ ነገር ነው።
Truly speaking, it's a very good chance to have our city developed and get ourselves engaged in such activities. This area wasn't like this before. It was full of smear and dust and unpleasant smell. After the move taken by the government and the people to develop this city, therefore the area has got adorable image and atmosphere. Besides beautifying the city, the corridor development has also provided us with a job opportunity, as we are now photographing the people. When there are new ideas, there are new opportunities as well. For example, the residents in this city haven't so far had a recreational site to have a picture at. There wasn't an open garden to have a fresh air too. However, now, as you can see, many residents come here to take pictures with their families, friends and relatives. That's the most recognizable role that this development plays for us. I would say it has created a nice atmosphere around here.
ኮሪደር ልማት እንደ ክፍለ ከተማችንም የተሻለ እንቅስቃሴ ላይ ነው ያለው።
The corridor development in our city level is in a best move. It is actually implemented in two basic ways. The first is the one that is done by the active participation of the public. We've so far had about 12.5 kilometer area done by the involvement of the people and the businessmen, as you can see here. The second is the one that the government is highly involved on. The public participation here is in fact that as awareness is being created primarily, we feel that our city is ours and the development should also be our own task. The people in this regard are very aware of the fact that development activities should always be their tasks. There is high public motivation and progress.
ብዙም ለውጥ አለው ማለት ነው።
ከአዲስ አበባ የተጀመረው ተሞክሮ እኛ ጋም ቀስ እያለ ደርሷል። እኛም ይሄው እንደምታየው ተግባራዊ ለማድረግ
The corridor development started in Addis Ababa has gradually reached here, and we are striving to practically complete the plan, the rationale behind it and the merit. As the corridor development is quite important and changes the image of the country, we are highly participating. It expands the alternative recreational sites for the people. Therefore, our company has done this so far, as you can see, because we feel we have to complete our social responsibility. The idea of corridor development is really commendable and pleasant.
ይዘናል እንደምታየው በዚህ ደረጃ አድርሰናል። እንግዲህ ሌሎች ነገሮችም ካሉ ይቀጥላሉ ብለን እናስባለን። በጣም የሚደገፍ ሐሳብ ነው። ደስ የሚል እቅድ ነው።
A little earlier, I was showing you how the Adama city residents are participating highly because they felt that the corridor development is for their sake and for the residents' sake. So the public participation in this city is quite significant. If a person has to mention something significant, it's the public participation here in Adama city, frankly speaking. For instance, as you can see behind me, this is one of the corridor sites that has been built by the public participation. The previous one was also built by the public participation. This type of experience should be expanded into many other cities across our countries as well, because the government only cannot do anything without the public participation and high movement of the people across our country. I told you a little earlier. Adama is quite close to Addis Ababa. It's not actually more kilometers away from the capital city of Ethiopia, the African hub. So this city has been known for actually holding and hosting different international conferences. So taking that into consideration, the city is now in a step to be developed. Owners of the organization, and they told me that different plots of land have been identified and distributed to the residents just to develop. Our today's discovery here in Adama city continues again, and I definitely recommend you guys just to stay with me till the end of my program. Thank you very much.
ያወጣውበት ብር ወይም ሀብት ጉልበት ማየት ይፈልጋል ማለት ነው። የሚታይ ነገር ካለ እሱ የሰራውን ስራ የሆነ ቦታ ኢንፑት ካለ ህዝቡ ለማውጣት ወደ ኋላ አይልም ማለት ነው። ይሄ ከምን የመጣ?
The rationale behind the interest and the participation of the public is the exact assessment on what the public needs. If we identify what the people need, we can be productive. That was what we did. We first identified the interest of the residents in Adama city and later knew that they are really happy to participate in any development activities as it helps the city and the residents. Actually, when a certain government plans to bring development into the country, discussions with the people are quite significant. Plans shouldn't be someone's private idea merely. Therefore, our initiation, leadership and the residents' eagerness has resulted in a significant change of Adama's image. This way, let alone our city, even our country can be developed. The sense of unity, the resilience and the motive to create a prosperous country is quite pivotal. Additionally, we have actually had a plan of creating a smart city which everyone can get a quick access being at home. Oftentimes, we waste time focusing on worthless issues. However, especially this time, what is significantly important is a strong initiation for development in the city and out to the remote areas too, because the rural corridor is the next step that we are going to deal with. There should be a good feeling in people when cities expand to rural areas, and we are doing to assure this.
ማንሳት ይቻላል። ብዙ መንገዶች አሁን እንደነገርኩት የገጠር ኮሪደሮች አሁን ከወደኛ የተጨመሩ ወረዳዎች አሉ፣ ቀበሌዎች አሉ። የገጠር ኮሪደሮች እንጀምራለን ማለት ነው። ያ ማለት ምን ማለት ነው? ብዙ ጊዜ ከተማ ሲሰፋ ከተማ መጣችብኝ ብሎ ህዝቡ እንዳይጠላ ከተማ አዳማ ከተማ መጣችልኝ ብሎ ህዝቡ እንዲቀበል ትልቅ መንገዶች ስትራክቸራል ፕላኑ ከ15 ሜትር በላይ ስለሚፈቅድ መንገድ ማውጣት፣ ውሃ ማስገባት፣ ማብራት ማስገባት ይጠብቅም።
አዳማ ማለት በጣም ከብዙ ቦታም ስለሚመጡት አቋራጭ መንገዶቹ ምናምን ነገር በዚህም ስለማያልፉት
Adama is center to many areas, by the way. Many travelers pass through this city. Heavy vehicles and many cars also hit this road. Visitors from many areas often come here for different purposes too. Besides the residents, many tourists and strangers stay here. Therefore, the government is striving to make the city one of the most preferable ones in Ethiopia. The attempt, I can say, has changed many things. In relation to the then corridor development especially, a very significant job opportunity has been created for us as well. As you witness, we are now giving services for many people each day. I, as a cameraman, for instance, have got a job opportunity which in fact is becoming my base of livelihood. This is frankly the result of the corridor development in our city.
ሜሩና በቃ ደስ ብሎኛል ለዚህ በመሆናችን ማለት ነው።
አዳማ በአሁን ሰዓት አሉ ከሚባሉ ከተሞች ጋር አንዷ ነች።
Adama now is one of the preferable cities in Ethiopia so that investors can invest here and the tourists stay longer. We are doing our best. If a city is beautiful and has access for the people, investors often open up their energy and capacity to serve more. Therefore, the corridor development is truly helpful in this regard. At the sub-city level, we've been standing firmly to meet our goals of making this city pleasant and comfortable. Efforts are always to bring eminent changes to the city. Therefore, the corridor development has so far had recognizable role, and the development should also be our own task. The people in this regard are very aware of the fact that development activities should always be their tasks. There is high public motivation and progress. Our city is always ready to welcome anyone ready to invest in Adama. This way helps us and our city very much, by the way. At the subsidy level, we've been creating possible ways out and livable experiences to those who have the desire to invest in our country in general and our city in particular. We enroute call upon investors to invest in this beautiful city.
አይዲያ ነው መንግስት የሚያማምጨት ያለበት እንጂ መስራት ያለበት የግል ባለሀብቱ እና ህብረተሰቡ ነው። በዛ ካልተሰራ በስተቀር
It should be the idea that the government has to introduce. The practice should be given to the people. The energy, the movement, and the participation should be the people's priority in this regard. For instance, the government has initiated the corridor development plan. Now, the work, the care, and process should be implemented by the people. The corridor development should be done by the people, and the protection also belongs to the people. Generally, the government should coordinate the people, and the other task has to be minded by the people.
ባለሀብቶቹ ናቸው መሳተፍ አለበት። ልክ እንደኛ ካምፓኒ ሌሎች ካምፓኒዎችም ሌሎች ግለሰቦችም አቅም ያላቸው በአቅማቸው በገንዘብ ከሆነ በገንዘብ ሐሳብ ያለ በሐሳብ ጉልበት ያለ በጉልበት በሚችለው መንገድ ቢሰማራ ይሄን የሀገር ገጽታን ይቀይራል።
If a person has to mention one thing as the greatest achievement here in Adama City, it is the public mobilization and public participation. I can frankly say that the Adama City administration has been doing great, especially in mobilizing the people just to put their legacy in the corridor development, because the government cannot only do anything at home unless the people across our country can participate well, so that the greatest achievements may be a real life experience. So the Adama City people, the residents in general, have been participating highly. They felt that this corridor development is for their sake. It's very important for their children and for the next generation as well. So individuals are participating well here in putting their legacy and playing the lion's share just to play a significant role. For instance, this area, as you can see behind me, has been built by the residents. The people are now taking the lion's share, I told you a little earlier. Plots of land have been distributed to the residents so that they can develop it, because this city belongs to the residents, and residents should be pioneer enough in simply developing the city. So that has been the greatest achievement of the city administration. Dear Ethiopian review followers of our program, today's our discovery in Adama City goes on. I'll show you another area, so stay with me till the end of my program. You remember that the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed once has said that corridor development shouldn't be actually limited to cities and towns. It should be expanded to the rural areas as well, because the Ethiopian farmers, the Ethiopian privileged groups should also live a comfortable life in relation to the corridor development. And amazingly, that speech of the Prime Minister has been actually implemented practically. And behind me you can see the start of the rural corridor development. I told you a little earlier that we are here in Adama City, and very amazingly, the rural corridor development has been started here in Adama City as well. As you can see behind me, everyone is now participating highly, because the corridor development work here in Adama City has been actually taken into consideration by many of the residents as well. So this signifies that how the Ethiopian plans and everything is now getting implemented time to time. The Prime Minister's speech is implemented practically elsewhere in the city. Dear my program followers, this chance is a rare chance, I can say. And of course, this garden is quite open to everyone from different corners of our country. You may come with your family or your parents, I told you a little earlier. But for a person like me, it's very, very great chance, I can say, because I don't tell you how much I'm feeling being here. The treasures, the happiness, the weather condition, the fresh air, and even the plants. Anything combined can give you an omen that Ethiopia is in very nice step towards prosperity. The Ethiopian government moved into bringing about changes in different cities and different areas, including the urban and rural by itself, is quite amazing. So the moves have told us that we guys may have the best of our country if we are cooperating together and bringing something important to our country, to the people as well. So Adama city can be, the model for the rest of our cities in our country. You may have resorts, very amazing resorts. You may have different entertainment areas, which are very important for children, for your family, for elderly as well. So coming here is not only wondering about the environment, but also simply having a very astonishing feature and thinking and breathing deep into your sense as well. Because for a man or a woman who has been simply dwelling in city permanently without any fresh air, this brings new life to you. So thank you very much. This area can be recommended to you all guys to come and visit Adama from different areas, because it's quite open for everyone. And I'm going to show you another area. Stay with me again. Dear viewers, today it's really amazing time here in Adama city. As you can see, I feel so that you definitely be astonished with what we're showing you here around. Because I told you earlier, Ethiopia is full of treasures, natural resources. And when the government and people are coordinating together just to turn this opportunity into treasure, for sure, Ethiopia will definitely be incomparable to the rest of the world as well. As you can see, Adama city is the most beautiful city in our country. Not only that, actually, Adama city is the most popular city in our country as well. So the city administration has been doing great in coordinating people with the government so that the treasures can be definitely very amazing. As you can see, and as everyone can witness, this city is really amazing. We are here around the Abagada area, which in fact is one of the great and amazing areas in our country. Coming here by itself is another treasure for sure. You will definitely be amazed with the natural resources. You will definitely be happy with the ecology as well, because the city has been doing its best so that people from across our country can come here for wedding, for different conferences, for meetings as well, and for different happiness as well. Because sitting here, you may plan about your future, you may be having your time with your parents and your family, you may be even planning about your next steps ahead as well. So in our today's stay, I can frankly say that no one will definitely be missed if he or she can't come here to Adama city. Thank you very much for watching.